Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is M. Models of Hamo Productions. I want to go ahead and start to show you one of the new models that I've received. This model comes from eBay. Yes, eBay. It does come from China. Ooh, okay. But this is referred to as a resin cast model. And this resin cast model, I have purchased something from this company before. Really nice kit that I'll try to preview that one as well. I'll try to give you a review of what that looks like. But this one is kind of unique because it's it's a resin ship from the Italian Navy, most modern Navy, and I believe you're going to be excited about what I'm going to be doing and showing you. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open. And it is the Trieste, the LHD Trieste L990. Okay, the most modern Italian Navy vessel that they have currently. That's already going through, I believe, some operations already. But I want to see what's in the kit, as well as you do. This kit comes from EV Models that you'll find from eBay. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at what it has inside. So let's see what this model contains. Again, this is a 1/700 scale EV Models. Okay. So right off the bat, we have a instruction sheet, several pages of the kit itself. As you can see, highly detailed just by the instruction sheet itself. Photo etch, color guide, excuse me, decal placement. I'll try to show another video of what this looks like. So it does have decals. Yay. I was afraid I wouldn't have to purchase stripes for the flight deck and warning circles. Nice. It has a little unrep signatures. It is a waterline kit. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. We'll just deal with it. And just from this one sheet alone of the instructions, it shows you a lot of photo etch attachments. Oh my gosh. And on the back, there's one of the elevators. Can't tell if it's port or starboard. Looks like this arrow up here shows you that bow is this way. So this is the starboard side, starboard quarter probably. Starboard quarter, Trieste. Okay. I'm not going to go through all these. I want to take a look at the kit, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets of instructions. Yikes. Very small packages. So open one up. This one here shows helicopters and what looks like small boats and other accessories. Nice one here. Oh, F-35s. You can see those. They're kind of hidden. You got a total, oops, 2, 4, looks like 4 F-35Bs. Pretty cool. Continuing on, we have tanks. Tanks on a ship. Probably used to landing craft and such. Okay. And then, looks like, oh, no. These are some of the accessory island antennae, fixtures. Wow, that's really delicate looking stuff. Trucks, small armored vehicles. Again, all resin cast. Again, this is just a review. I'll try to open up some of those things to get a better idea. In another video, another set of helicopters. These are NH-90s. Many European navies are flying now. You get 4 of those. I don't know what this big one is. It's a big thing. It's just a... Oh, I know what that is. It's the islands. Okay, so let's unwrap this, give you a better idea of the detail that we're looking at. Look at that. That's the aft one, the aft island. There's 2 islands on this ship, kind of like the Queen Elizabeth class. Nice. Shows the textures of the vents. A little unwrapped detail over here. Some fixtures down there at the bottom. Looks like a fire hose down there in that corner. Top side, nice, pretty cool. And I'm sure the other one's the forward island. And again, these are all resin plugs. Wow. Look at that. That starboard side, you can tell because of the navigation wing right out here. Oh, wow, even an underside. See that? Venting, intakes, a bridge, forward bridge. Again, you see some of the firefighting accessories, doors. Almost like I don't need to put doors. Top side. Back side. You got doors going nowhere. Hopefully get those taken care of. All right. Let's take a look at the other pieces. All right, the next part in the box, oh my gosh, there's some smaller boxes inside those. Kind of like what we saw with the aircraft. Looks like other accessories like the crane, looks like. These are like the shipboard stuff. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Looks like the top of the islands. No, these are what? Those look like amphibious craft. The elevator, you can look at the detail in the eyes here, you can see that. Let me pull that one out. Even the underside. Here for a second. Took me a little while to get this dime bag open, but the underside of the elevators, look at that. And even the tie downs. Let me try to get that to you a little bit better. Okay. The tie downs are not very descriptive, okay? They're nice punctured holes on the mold. Looks to scale, unlike another model I might review shortly. But those are the elevators, and from what I'm looking at it from a distance, it's kind of hard to see from where you're looking at from the camera. But for me, from where I'm looking at, they look to scale. They don't look like big giant potholes. That's what I'm trying to say. Just the ribbing itself of the elevator underside, that's really cool beans. That's really nice. back in there. Some more gallery work, looks like. Boats. Ah, those are the boats. Those are nice. Nice looking boat. Getting kind of hard to see. I'll try to show that to you in another video. Get a more descriptive view. My gosh. Really, really small. Really, really small stuff. Antennae. I see a couple of ribs over here. For those of you who don't know, rigid hull inflatable boat. Don't call them a rib boat. Otherwise it's called rigid hull inflatable boat. Kind of silly. And more antennae. Very small detail stuff that we have here. I don't even know what those guys are, but really, really tiny. Hope they give me enough in case I lose one or two. Okay, so let's get to, I didn't see these little boxes. Let's get to the hull. Let's see what that hull looks like. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's very well protected. You got foam sheets, you got bubble wrap, you got styrofoam blocks to protect this resin kit. Next thing is a photo etch. Look at that. Nicely detailed. Does have that protective film that we all hate. But look at that. That is some detail on that thing. Sorry for the glare this early morning. Now we've got the rotors. When that's folded, that's kind of a bummer. Got plenty of accessories. My God, that's a lot. It's almost like an Orange Hobby kit. If you are familiar with that brand, Orange Hobby, they have a lot of photo etch on their model kits. I have, I think, 2 of those. I have the Hermes and I have the INS Vigrat. Small set of decals here. Looks like for the aircraft. Names for the ship. And of course, oh wow, I just lost it. The other decals, it looks like. All right, here we go. Landing lines across the deck. These are decals. These are not those rubbing transfers. So if I were you, I probably would like cut certain sections instead of trying to lay down the whole line of decal. That gets really, really hairy when you're trying to put all that stuff down. And that's just one sheet. And here is the other. Very cool. Landing ski ramp, looks like. Okay, again, I would just cut those in pieces. It's very, very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, to deal with a strip of decals that are long and thin. Very difficult. So I'll put those away and we'll take a look at the next part. Okay, so the hull, very well wrapped in bubble wrap. Again, gray styrofoam blocks. Very well protected. Actually, I did cut this open just to let you know. And let's see. Wow, this is big. Look at that. This is one solid piece. No joke. Solid. Has a little well deck. Not much detail on there, but handle very carefully. I'm afraid that there might be like these little ramps to drop off weapons, hot weapons, from cooking off. But I could see, I don't know if you can, the tie downs are very well placed. I mean, I hope when I prime and paint this thing that I don't lose the detail hope you guys can see that, of those tie downs. That is remarkable. Now that's what it should look like. I've seen other models, tie downs are just like big giant puddles, like this damn thing over here. Okay, but let's take a look at the side. Going from forward to aft, starboard side. A lot of good detail. Look at that. That is just freaking bitching. Look at that. Vents are already there. I do have some photo etch vents, but I don't think I will need them. Not with this kit. Starboard quarter, and let's take a look back aft. For the well deck, wet well. Some of the sponsions, gallery work, back aft, port side, stern back aft. And you get this big giant gallery, this big giant platform here for the boats, for their launches. But there's also a photo etch thing up here. I'll have to take a look at that. I've seen it on the real ship, so it's good. But look at the detail. The detail is just remarkable. Even the underside, underneath the catwalk. Fantastic. Moving to the bow, weapons platforms, ski ramp for the F-35s, and the bow itself. Okay. All right.